in our regional setting about that. So many students come to us from elementary school thinking that the equal sign, as in that top equation, means give the answer, fill in the blank. And yeah, we want them to know their arithmetic facts, but many students do not see the equality, the two sides equal, that enable the use of equivalent equations to solve. I suggest occasionally tossing in something like the second one there, where they have to fill in the blank. You would be surprised at the number of adults who will fill in 24 for that blank if they're thinking of the equal sign as give the answer. So,
27.
Yeah, mix it up a bit in order to encourage understanding of equality.
And the other one is, for a lot of them, is we always write 6 plus 8 equals blank. What happens if you turn it around? Blank equals 6 plus 8.
Of course, anything you can do to change that is helpful. I have to share this with you. When you're first introducing solving equations, we know that we're headed towards the idea of do the same thing to both sides of the equation. We know that. But we have strong evidence that particularly young kids, middle schoolers, and even freshmen in high school, first learning to solve equations, do not think about do the same thing to both sides. And a little technique has been observed called the cover-up method, where the student, we often see literally, they'll put their finger over the X and they'll ask themselves, 8 plus what is 14? Are you with me on that? It's very interesting because that student is using the notion of equality in a more mature way. 8 plus what is 14? And they get very good at it, just to kind of show you, like with the second one there, we see kids use their hands to cover up the X plus 6, the whole expression up there, and they'll say, okay, what number divided by 8 will give me 5? Once they've found that number, then they'll say, okay, that in that expression, what will X be? What value will it have to make it true? To advance students' use of math symbolism, we want them to learn to solve equations correctly, efficiently, and without exhausting too much mental space to do it. Know that as students are coming to terms with understanding how equations work and what am I trying to say here? Understanding how equations work and to try to understand the true meaning of equality, you'll see the cover-up method. You'll see kids put their fingers right over that. And it's okay. It's okay until they're ready to use to use a more procedural method for solving. And this will be my last one. It's a problem that came up last year, and I don't want us to work through the problem at all, but I want you to know that giving problems in real-world situations where students will reason about the pattern in tables and work towards writing equations is our gold standard. That remains our gold standard method for helping kids realize that variables do vary, and to use that symbolism with understanding. So when we're asking, I'll just show you the second page then. Build the table, explain how to find the total number of pieces, tell what is changing and what's staying the same, and write the rule, where we're heading towards having them try to write an equation. I don't want to shortchange this because in the classroom this cannot be shortchanged. We can spend a whole hour on solving problems like this. We cannot rush this. If we are true to the idea of using modeling in our math classrooms, of having students reason and explain their thinking, we must include this kind of problem. So wherever it may be in your curriculum, whether it's embedded nicely or hidden in the extra pages, find them, use them. You will make a difference in students' understanding of math symbolism. So that's really all I have to say this morning. We have one more presentation. So we've added the idea of using math symbolism to our list. And Mary's going to talk a bit. Did I miss some?
Becky's time. No, I'm okay.
Becky and I have chatted, and we're in.
Oh.
Yes, and thank you, Becky. I appreciate that.
That's not a problem.
Becky's chatted, so can I help you, Mary, with
No,
something?
that's okay.
You're welcome to just talk from right there if you prefer.
Well, I have to.
Okay. Can I pull up something for you?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, all right. We can close this down.
Yeah, I can.
Okay. Where we are headed is, to wrap this up, while Mary's getting set up, I'll tell you, because
Does anybody have a clicker?